This is a unique moment. Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA what Wayne Gretzky did for the NHL when he went to the LA Kings. It's okay. Take a victory lap. You don't have to go, oh my God, these people are mad or this person's mad.
The sports world is reeling from Dan Patrick's outburst against the WNBA and all of Caitlin Clark's detractors. The legendary journalist and commentator isn't holding back when he calls out the bizarre response to Clark's Time Athlete of the Year award. The truth is that Patrick has been on Caitlin's team since day one, so it wasn't just hype. He has the receipts and isn't afraid to use them. So why is the WNBA acting as though Clark's success is a problem? It's acceptable to say that you're not undervaluing what the WNBA's founding fathers did. This year, Dan Patrick isn't just talking about sports anymore. He's taking a stand, and it's getting people talking. The legendary broadcaster recently came out strongly in support of Caitlin Clark, and I can assure you that he's not holding back. Patrick's love for Clark contrasts sharply with the criticism she's been receiving lately. While Clark's ascent to fame has been nothing short of spectacular one moment, she's draining threes for Iowa, and the next she's on everyone's radar as the future of women's basketball. However, that attention comes with scrutiny, and Clark has been feeling the heat. The owner of the Washington Mystics, Caitlin Clark Marvin, was the new WNBA commissioner who suggested that the entire WNBA should have been featured on the cover of Time magazine's honor for Caitlin Clark Marvin. Oh, I don't know who this person is, but it seemed like if you're going to celebrate the WNBA, why not do it with all of the WNBA's players or some of the bigger stars in Caitlin Clark? Let's talk about one of Clark's most recent detractors, Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics. Johnson isn't holding back when she says things like, when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. Johnson even went so far as to suggest that instead of recognizing Clark for the Time Athlete of the Year award, they should have put the entire WNBA on the cover and said the WNBA is the League of the Year because of all the talent that we have. This is where it gets interesting, though, because Patrick is not having any of it. He is calling out the WNBA and Clark's critics, telling them to embrace her success. In his own words, it's okay, take a victory lap, the league won. He's practically pleading with the WNBA to honor Clark's accomplishments rather than minimize them. But if you're the person of the year, it's not the people of the year, it was a person of the year. Can't we just say that Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA? It's okay if you want to include Angel Reese or bring up the memory of, say, Cheryl Miller or Cynthia Cooper as if it's a victory we must have. So why is Patrick so adamant about Clark's significance? What has motivated him to challenge WNBA owners and veterans? Patrick thinks that Clark has fundamentally changed the game, not just her skills. As impressive as they are on the court, Patrick's argument goes deeper. According to Patrick, Caitlin Clark's distinctive playing style and the attention she's bringing to the league are transformative, and he's not shy about it either. He says, enjoy the coverage. It's a win. Stop making excuses for Caitlin Clark's greatness and what she did something different than anybody else in the WNBA, the history of the WNBA with the way she plays. Oh God, Patrick's core argument. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and Caitlin Clark is right in the middle of it all. Every time we think we've won, someone brings up something else, and it's unfortunate. For example, when Tiger joined the PGA Tour, did we say, oh, Time Juno Man of the Year? Well, you can't have Tiger on there. We have to have everybody on CL. Clark's rise has sparked discussions about everything from playing styles to privilege in sports. The WNBA is more divided than ever on one side, with the old clutching their pearls and muttering about tradition, paying dues and earned over the years. And on the other side, there is a new wave of players and fans ready to write a new style of basketball that has been introduced by Clark. I know I didn't remember when everyone in the league was on the same team, but the Caitlin Clark situation is exposing cracks that have been there all along. Some are embracing her star power, while others are fiercely attempting to push back. That may have never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of blows your mind at times. What's crazy is that some WNBA owners and veterans are acting as though Clark's success is a personal slight. They're out there discussing teamwork and how it's not just Caitlin Clark. One even discusses how people watch basketball for more reasons than just one person. So yes, I'm the reason we watch women's basketball. I want you all to understand that yes, there are other talented players, and we're not referring to you, Angel, but really, are any of them as generational as Clark? We cannot celebrate when one of them blows up. There is a difference between great players and phenomenons. No one ever said that Caitlin Clark wasn't like there. No one ever said that there weren't any great players before Caitlin Clark. Women's basketball is something I've watched a lot of great players in my life, and I went to UConn, so I've seen plenty of great players, but no one has ever made a difference like this. But wait, there's more. While some are disparaging Clark, his teammates and younger players are all about that Clark energy. Minimize Clark's influence when teams are actually moving games to larger arenas as a result of her. Let's move on to discuss the tremendous support Clark received from her teammates and friends when the award was first announced. If you've watched this far and are enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We understand that watching this video takes time, so thank you. Let's get back to the action. First up are Clark's Indiana Fever teammates, who are not only supporting her but also celebrating her. Lexi Hull couldn't contain her excitement as she gushed about Clark's influence on the game. Aaliyah Boston, another rising star, has been. The support doesn't stop at team boundaries, though, as Caitlin's best friend Kate Martin has been her rock during this whirlwind of success. Close friends Cameron Brink and Sabrina Ionescu have also been outspoken about their admiration for Clark's accomplishments, and Gabby Marshall and Jay Jones, the girlfriend of NBA star Tyrese Halliburton, have even encouraged her to consider modeling. Veteran player Tammy Fagbennel has also been there to support her at every turn, showing their love for the young superstar. As a testament to Clark's ability to bring the basketball community together, Kim Mooley Angel Reese's former coach set aside any remaining rivalry to give him praise. I can speak from personal experience because I've played her in the playoffs 2 years in a row. She's a generational talent, and I know that Iowa is proud of her, as they should be. When we played her in the playoffs this year, I said, "Thank goodness I don't have to see you anymore," which is about as high a compliment as I could give a young woman. This outpouring of support isn't just about Clark's on-court prowess. There are many great players in the WNBA, but this year is different. It has nothing to do with the past. It's just right here in front of us. How does Dan Patrick handle this mess? He's out here playing peacemaker, urging the WNBA to embrace Clark's success. Her teammates and peers recognize that her success is elevating the entire sport, as evidenced by the packed arenas, the skyrocketing TV ratings, and the surge in merchandise sales. Impact rather than fighting it. And guess what? Patrick isn't just talking about kumbaya moments, he's also calling for the WNBA to take notice of the opportunity. He wants the league to honor Clark's accomplishments, not because she's the only star, but because her success can inspire everyone. If we celebrate Shitani, are we doing something to the founding fathers, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Pete Rose? No, it's right now, it's in the moment, but don't for a second think that this drama is just about putting a ball through a hoop. Talking about the future of women's sports, the difficulties with diversity and representation, and how leagues adjust to change, the WNBA's response to Clark isn't just about one player. It's a litmus test for how they'll handle the next big thing and the one after that. It just irritates me that we keep saying things like it's black, it's white, it's the old, it's the she brought eyeballs, that's all your flying charter jets now that you've heard the complaints. Let's talk money. Dan Patrick isn't just using words to defend Caitlin Clark. He has a wealth of statistics that could make her detractors pay attention. Is even larger than we initially believed. The owner of the Washington Mystics, who was upset, had the largest crowd in the history of her team or any franchise at a home game last year, drawing 21,000 people. Let's face it, Patrick isn't just voicing his opinions here. Instead, he's presenting hard data that is drawing attention more quickly than Clark's crossover. You know what's wild? 5 of the 6 most watched WNBA games in 20204 featured the Indiana Fever. Guess who's on that team? Yes, Caitlin Clark. That's not a coincidence, folks. Lifting the entire league, the WNBA was named the fastest growing brand of 2024 by Morning Consult, which looked at over 1,000 brands, and the WNBA came out on top. That's not just good news, it's a game changer. I just want them to get you to build on this momentum because you have a great product, and now people are watching and expressing opinions about the WNBA that never happened before. The problem is that Patrick isn't afraid to draw comparisons, and he's out here stating that Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA what Wayne Gretzky did for the NHL when he joined LA Kings. Back it up, Clark isn't just a fantastic player, she's a cultural phenomenon that's bringing new people and money to women's basketball. I don't know why you keep undermining it. Instead, you should support what you've already established and build new franchises around it. I just detest it when the WNBA cannibalizes itself in this way. What does all this data actually mean for the WNBA? Patrick's argument is clear. Clark's success isn't just about one player shining, it's about improving things for everyone. More viewers, more merchandise sales, and more brand deals are all positive for each player in the league. But the most important question is whether the WNBA is prepared to fully embrace this change. While some are ecstatic about Clark's influence, others are apprehensive about what it means for the league's identity. With numbers like these, it's certain that the WNBA's next move could define its future for years to come. Let's see how you build on this. When Gugu and Paige Beckers enter the game, Hidalgo enters and says, "You have a chance. Stop bickering with each other. Damn drives me crazy." As the WNBA grapples with its future, Dan Patrick poses a question that goes right to the core of women's sports. Why are we fighting?